Hello and welcome to week 2 in society and technology here. And great first week, great initial discussions. Keep up that energy. That was really fun. This week, what we're going to be looking at is a little bit of history. And you're going to see right at the start, this importance of the history of technology as a shaping force within our society. And when I'm teaching sociology, technology is one of the areas that we look at. We look at migration, and we look at all kinds of different factors associated with social change. But technology always seems to be a part of them. Even when we moved from, let's say, just looking for food. I can't remember the name, but foraging into cultivating. That's a technological change. It's not just that we found out about agriculture, that we could plant seeds and take care of them. There was really a fundamental change in our understanding about how plants grow and our role in getting into that, let alone the genetics we started to get into. But just the technology just keeps on being the part that is the gas in that particular engine of change. So that's what this chapter is, kind of taking a look at the history of technology. I introduced the 6 laws of technology, and this is where our discussion is. I want you to look at those laws. I want you to pick a couple of them and provide an example of that, each one of these laws. And collectively, I want to make sure that we cover all of them. So just make sure if you go in and somebody else has done a couple, do a couple different ones, and then comment on theirs, and just make sure you get that comments going and stuff. And let's just build kind of a catalog of perspectives on each one of these 6 laws. The assignment is going to be very specific to whatever profession you're currently in or going into. So it's going to be a history of your profession. It's going to be like a paper. It's going to be like a little research paper. And what I want you to do is, let's say you're in the electrical program, give me a paper on the history of household electricity and where that happened. It can contain outlines, but it's still a paper. I want you to introduce things. And then you can talk about a historical timeline and stuff. And this stuff is readily available. And so, but I want you to outline the history of your particular profession and the technological changes that came along that shifted things. It wasn't that long ago that none of our electricians had to really know anything about solar panels. Now they need to know about that. So there's a technological change that actually resulted in a change in the curriculum that we teach to electricians so they can do that. And so make a sort of an exploration of that career. If you don't currently know specifically, pick one and do it on that. Pick one of the career trades that we have here at KVCC. You can even go into the health sciences. You could think about radiology. What is the history of radiology, or nursing care, or phlebotomist, or something like that. You can do any one of those, whatever you think is the most interesting to get that history. Mind you, no plagiarism. If you're going to get stuff from the web, you got to rewrite it in your own words and still provide me with a source to where you got that. Now, in social sciences, we have this thing called the American Psychological Association writing style, or APA style. And what that principally refers to is that you have a cover page that's formatted neatly in the context of your paper. When you are sharing somebody else's idea, you put their name and the date of with that source in parentheses right in the text, and then you put the full citation of that source in the last page of your document, which is called references. Not works cited, not bibliography. Those are different styles. It's references, and you format those using APA style. So as you're making your way through telling your reader what you have discovered, you are telling me where you got it. So there are online resources and the Writing Center to help you with APA style, and it's a part of the grading process. So this is a learning curve to be able to learn how to do title pages, how to do what we call in-text citations, and then finally the references page. So avail yourself to those resources that are at KV to make your best effort. Don't just wing it. Don't just write it how you think it's going to be. Make the effort to learn and at least make a good try at making those references happen. Neatness counts. This is a paper. It should be all the same font. It should be all the same size. It should be double spaced. It should be nice margins. It should look good. If it doesn't look good, it's going back to you and you're going to have to redo it. That applies to every one of my papers. And I'm only going to do that for so long before, move on to the next assignment. But the assignments need to be neatly done. You don't put extra spaces. You make sure nothing's stuck at the bottom, like a single line on the bottom and then everything else below it. Make the paper look professional. That is part of taking a social sciences class, is writing clearly, effectively, and neatly so that your presentations are at a very professional standard, meet a very professional standard. So that's the expectations for this week. I look forward to continuing these great discussions about the laws of technology, which are really fun. And I really look forward to it. I get the best out of this. I get to read all those histories, and I learn gads of information about different technologies that way. So I look forward to a great week with you folks. Have a great week and take care. I will see you online.